Teacher talking sports, what it does, what it do, how we live, and let's talk some MLB baseball. The Athletic posted their MLB postseason poll today. Players vote on World Series winner, Game 7 starter, most intimidating atmosphere, and more. So Athletics beyond a paywall, so I'm not going to share the article, but I will go over the results of it. So they had an anonymous MLB player poll. Like it mentions, our writers interviewed nearly 200 players across the league to find out their World Series predictions, who they most want to have on their side in a clutch situation, and which playoff environment they find the most intimidating. For context, player responses were collected until mid-September, and not every player we spoke to answered every question. Several declined to choose a World Series winner, for example, but they were generally game to name names and speak candidly. So let's start with Game 7. Who would you want starting Game 7 of the World Series? So Jacob deGrom got a little over 1/3 of the votes at 33.9% now. deGrom has actually given up 11 runs in his last 3 starts, 5 runs to the lowly Athletics. But still seen as the most dominant pitcher by many. His teammate Max Scherzer coming in second and Justin Verlander in third. Crazy because both those players are near 40 years old. Fourth was Sandy Alcantara. Marlins will not make the playoffs. Next, we have who would you want closing Game 7 of the World Series? What a season has been for Edwin Diaz, nearly striking out half the batters he has faced. While with the Mets, after a very disappointing 2020, and 2021 was a little bit of a bounce back, but he's been absolutely filthy this year. Kind of surprised to see Josh Hader second. Josh Hader has his dominating moments, but has had his struggles at times this season as well. Emmanuel Clase, dominant closer with the Guardians. Who do you want at the plate with the game on the line in Game 7 of the World Series? So a lot of players got votes for this one. Aaron Judge led the way at 15.5%. Of course, he tied the AL record with his 61st homer last night, going for the AL record today. Well, the rest of the season. Paul Goldschmidt, the likely NL MVP, finishing second. Surprise, Luis Arraez and Mike Trout tied for 38.3%. Not necessarily surprising to see Mike Trout on there, even though Mike Trout has only made the playoffs once in his career and he got swept out. Luis Arraez, I guess it depends on the situation, right? If you just need a single to win Game 7 of the World Series, Arraez might be that guy. If you need an extra base hit or a homer, Judge is probably more so the guy that you would be looking for. Simple question, who will win the World Series? The LA Dodgers got nearly 2/5 of the vote at 39.5%. Second came the Atlanta Braves, looking to win back-to-back World Series. Will Spencer Strider be back for the World Series? And the New York Mets at third at 14.5%. So two of the NL East teams finished in the top 3. All National League teams in the top 3. The top American League team was the Astros, coming in fourth at 10.5%. Yankees, not sure the percent, just as also receiving multiple votes were the Cardinals, the Mariners, and the New York Yankees. And the last question, which stadium has the most intimidating atmosphere in the postseason? Yankee Stadium easily on top at 43%. More than tripling Dodger Stadium, which came in at second at 13.8%. Minute Maid Park, home of the Astros, coming in at third at 10%. So those were the 5 questions asked in the MLB postseason poll. Anonymous survey. What do you guys think? And also, I should have mentioned that players couldn't vote for their own team to win the World Series. So what do you guys think? Do you agree with most of what these players came up with? Is deGrom the top pitcher you would want on the mound in that do or die for the World Series? Would you want Judge at bat? Would you want Edwin Diaz to close out the game? Do you think the Dodgers or another team will win the World Series? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.